I think something that needs to be stated plainly and clearly is that even though humanism can play the game of justification better than religion, humanism is under no existential obligation to justify itself. Now, this seems exceedingly controversial. How could we possibly sustain this claim? The claim is sustained because the proliferation and progress of religion in the world was not achieved by means of that religion justifying itself, but was achieved by means of that religion proclaiming itself, preaching its values in the world. Humanism has this same right. It does not have to do what religion has not done, but it has the right to proclaim itself, to proclaim its values in the world. And it could in fact be the case that the act of stopping to do a tedious semantical justification of every point of humanism could in fact end up detracting from the social progress and proliferation of humanism. It may in fact be more prudent and more wise to simply proclaim the values of humanism. This may in fact be the way to advance humanism in society. Now, that's not to say that humanism will never engage in the act of justification, or that the act of justification is in no way beneficial to humanism. I think that the situation, the tactic, is more diverse than that. That humanism should engage in a process of proclamation unashamedly. And if religion kicks back against it, that the humanist should remind the religionist that religion did not proliferate itself in culture through means of justification. But humanism can also engage in the act of justification through evidence and rationality, giving reasons. But it is not bound to this. It does not have to meet a burden of proof that religion itself was never able to meet or has never met. Religion simply proclaimed itself in the world. And so I think part of the power of humanism at this point in history is simply the proclamation of the contrast of humanist values contrasted with the archaic and primitive nature of religious values. The expansion and the intelligence of humanist values in contrast to religion already creates a refutation of religion. This formal act of justification is not necessary. We may, in fact, be engaging in something that is actually taking away from the actual process of expanding humanism within culture. It doesn't mean that humanism can't do it. It simply means that it has the right to proclaim itself. It has the right to assert itself the same way that religion has asserted itself and proclaimed itself in the world. Humanism cannot be demanded to meet a standard that religion itself has never met and still does not continue to meet. And I believe that this awareness, this emancipation from a false formalism, will bring humanism into a place of higher relevance and power within the context of society.